So image editing job is what you typically use when you need to send a portrait to our artist for processing, but also any combination of images that you would like to be put together into a single layout, or sometimes if you want us to create an image based on your description by searching the web or using the AI tools, you can use the image editing job as well. So you need to go to image editing jobs menu and then click on image editing. And here's the screen where you submit all the information. First of all, unless you have very strong convictions about the background, let artists decide on whether to keep the background or remove. And in majority of cases, we'll get rid of the background. But you can also tell explicitly to leave the background, or if you would like to have certain kind of halo around the portrait. If we're talking about portrait, then you can say contour halo, and it's illustrated down there, and or flat fill, etc., etc. So I'll put let artists decide for now, and then the next one is form factor for the completed image. Again, unless you want the completed image to be certain ratio, you can leave both fields to 0, and then the artist will decide. Or if you would like the portrait, for example, to be formatted to be to have a aspect ratio of, say, 10 inches wide to 13 inches high, you can provide that information as well. Not everybody does the lettering with sandblasting. Sometimes some customers would like lettering to be part of the design. So if that's your case, then you can also optionally, after you've provided what kind of text you want to be used in the layout, you can also let us know what kind of fonts you want to be using with these texts. And here again, some examples. Usually our artists have a very good artistic taste and they will choose the font that looks good. But if you have a very strong conviction about what your font has to look like, you can use these ideas that we provided, and you can say, I would like the name to be in font number 3, and I would like inscription to be in font number 8. And another option that we give you in this particular release, we can also create the so-called 3D fonts for you, which looks very nice on the stone. And there's three types of 3D lettering styles, 1, 2, and 3. And you can also say, I would like the title or the name on the stone to be font 3 with the effect number 2, which would be this one. Again, unless you have very strong conviction about type of font you want to use, no need to do this, but we give you that option. So then you upload the files that go with your image editing job. And in the most simple situation, it is just one portrait, and that's probably 90% of what we do. So let's do this. And there's a field for instructions for the artist, whatever you want to provide in here. And I don't know what kind of information. Obviously, you asked to remove the background. You might as well leave this field empty because everything is self-explanatory. And you submit your editing job. The site will tell you that you haven't provided any instructions. You still want to submit the job because it's all self-explanatory. Okay. So that is one case, and the job goes to the status of submitted. That means it's been submitted but hasn't started to be processed by the artist yet. Let's do a couple more examples. So let's assume you would like us to create a somewhat complex layout where you combine the portrait of a man with, say, Rotary Club logo that he was part of, the church that he was going to, as well as some kind of like sketch that you did on a napkin or piece of paper, which explains how this all has to be put together. So like in this particular case, like very simple sketch. This is the stone outline. The portrait goes here, church goes here, and the logo goes here, and the size is 50 by 70. As I said, you can upload multiple images with the editing job, and you can say, please use attached sketch to understand and what needs to be done. Okay, so this is another typical example of the editing jobs that we do all the time, and This one I'll also click submit, and here it is. So now you have 2 editing jobs. You can see all of the images you submitted. It's very easy to see everything in one place. Let's do one more just as an example. In this particular case, I would like to load the double portrait, and I would like to see how we can. So let's assume you loaded double portrait, and you were saying that please edit the please prepare for engraving the lady on the right only. Okay, and you click submit. So now you have a situation where you have 3 editing jobs, are all of them in the submitted status. And now I'm looking at it from the artist standpoint. So artist goes into the system, and I'm going to refresh. These are your 3 jobs, and here's what artist is doing. For the first job, which is like portrait, I'm going to start working on it right away, and I'm going to choose the action and say start editing. So the job status will change to in process, and you will see it as well. All right, if you refresh your screen, you will see that one of those 3 jobs is in process status. As far as the job with 2 ladies, the artist might feel that you did not provide enough information. Namely, you didn't specify whether it has to be full figure, full body of that lady, and what to do with the horse. So then if I was the artist, I see that this is submitted, and this is the conversation history field where the entire history of our conversations will now be held in one place with timestamps. So what I'm asking is, I will request more information, and I will say, please let us know the following. Do you want the background, i.e. the horse, to be kept in the design? And second, would you need the portrait chest up, I'm not sure if it's the right term, or the full body, question mark. And then I'm submitting this question. If you see the status change to information required, and you refresh your jobs, and you will see the information required, and you can then go and click on edit job, and you can say update instructions, and in here you say yes, please keep the horse in the picture, and yes, please the full body, including the fragment of the ground that they stand on, something like this. So then submit. All right. And now, first of all, you see the full kind of history of interaction. Your command sign blue, artist command sign in red. You can scroll it. And another thing, I'm going back to my editing jobs. If you say submitted a job, like in this particular case, and even before artist started working on it, if you remembered that you forgot to provide some information, you can always go choose action, update instructions, and you can say, if you find a better logo of Rotary Club, please use that one. Better one, I would assume. And again, submit. Even before artist started working, you can always update your instructions. The nice thing about it is you can easily configure our system to send you the notifications, which can be either email or text messages or both, whenever artist requires additional information from you or whenever artist completed the job. So that's very easy to do. You click on your account name in the right, and then you click profile, and in here you choose name and just some dummy email. Basically, you can actually have if you have two associates, two employees working on designs, you can actually provide two different phone numbers and will text notifications to both of them. So make sure you provide them in an international format. Like in my case, there's actually my cell number +1, etc., etc. And then you click on enable text notifications to cell phone, and you click on enable email notifications, and you do submit. This way, as I said, whenever job is complete or whenever artist needs more information from you, you will receive notification, can quickly get into the system and either respond or get your job completed images back. And if those notifications are too much for you, and if they are annoying, you just go and disable this, and that's it. So what else? Hold on, let me just quickly go through my list. A very important consideration when you send us the images, please don't try to edit them in any way. Please don't try to crop them. The artist will likely do a better job of cropping the image than you will. And so that you know, our pricing is flat. I mean, we don't charge anything for revisions. As long as it belongs to the same image, you can ask for revisions and there will be no extra charge for that. We charge one flat fee for single portrait. If it's two portraits, it's usually twice the work, so we charge double fee. And if something requires more work, like if I'm an artist, again, the way it works, if I'm an artist, I looked at what you sent. It takes a while to load. I look at what you send, and if this image that you send us falls into one fee category, basically, then I'll start working on it right away. If I decide that this image requires more work, like I would like to charge the double fee, I will ask you to approve the price first. And at that point, you will actually receive another text notification. What I'm doing is I say request price approval. This job complexity is 2. That means it requires 2 tariffs, 2 standard fees, and I do submit. You will receive another text message to your phone. If you hear it in the background, it's actually my phone just receiving that text message. And then you can go back, refresh your workbench, and you will see that this image has quoted the price of 2 standard tariffs. And you go here, and if you see it says price quoted, the status. And if you're okay with that price, you just do approve price quote, you do submit, and it's back into submitted, quote approved, sorry. And then the artist, I can go to the job list, and I see that you approved the price quote, and I will start working on it. Start editing. All right. So then how to get the completed image. Getting completed image is pretty easy. Let's assume I'm an artist and I finished the job. Then what I'm going to do, let's take this portrait and upload edited image. I'll just load the same image. Obviously, I mean the edited image will look different, but just for the sake of this exercise, I'll load the same image. And I'm going to do submit, and I'm going to do complete. So then when the job goes into complete status, you will hear my phone blink, not blinking, but clinking now. I just received the text notification that the job is complete. You go into your image editing jobs, and it has 2 columns, source files and completed file. And this is your completed file. Obviously, it will be different. I just loaded the same file twice, but it is a thumbnail for completed file. But once you clicked on it, it will open the file in its complete resolution, and you just do right click, save image as, and save it wherever you want it to be saved. Very simple. So every image, once it goes to completed, at that point we charge your account. I mean, we'll withdraw $25 from your account balance, but that's not to say that you cannot request changes. I mean, once the image is completed, you can go and say, request changes, and you say, please change something. And just, all right. And then the job status changes to change requested. And now the artist will receive it, and they will do another round of changes. We'll charge you only once. I mean, we don't charge for additional changes. Now, if you go to your account summary, you will see that like for this particular customer, in the beginning, I gave him $200 credit, and then we'll subtract $25 from your balance, and now your current balance is $175. And whenever you do your balance top up, and our site, in case you haven't noticed, it works on like fill your gas tank and then consume it principle. You create some kind of credit, and then you consume that credit until your balance drops below zero or credit limit, which in your cases, in this particular case, is minus 50. And then you have to pay, and we'll remind you that you have to top up your balance. And the way to top up your balance is to by default, it's $100 more than you owe us, and right now it's just $100. You can change it to any amount, to $100, for example. Then you click top up. You will enter your credit card number, etc., etc. And at this time, you will see another line for topping up your balance. And at the end of that line, there will be hyperlink, which you can click, and it will open the invoice, because I would assume you will be able to, you will want to expense there's payments. So our site generates invoices for you as well. Yeah, I guess that's it. So obviously, I mean, when you look at your image editing jobs, and after a while there will be a list of them, they are sorted chronologically. So the most recent ones will be on the top. But if you'd like to filter them, you can also filter by status. Like, for example, you would like to see only the ones where information is required. Well, obviously there's none. Or you would like to see only the ones that are in process, right? So our site allows you to filter the jobs as well, and so that you know whenever you need to contact us about any, say you just cannot explain to the artist what you want, some misunderstanding or whatnot. If you want to call me, the number is on the PDF file that I sent when I set you up, or just email info@imagemart.com, and please provide the job ID. That is the easiest way for me to find the job. And this 210, for example, or 209, that's the job ID that allows me to uniquely identify it and to find it, so that I can help you quickly. If you, the processing times, we typically process, at least we try to process every image editing job that you send us within 24 hours or even sooner. Because our artists, most of them are sitting in Europe or Eastern Europe, because of difference in time. Typically, whatever you submit to us today is ready by tomorrow morning. If during the high season, if the load is bigger, then obviously sometimes it goes a little bit slower, but typically it's around 1 day. If you have a job that you absolutely must have done today or as soon as possible, again, email or call me, provide the job ID, and I'll do my best to escalate it with the artists. Or, I mean, when you submit, you can just say, this is the urgent job. Please do it as fast as you can. Yes, so that's it. I hope you'll enjoy the new functionality. Don't forget to set up our text or email notifications. And that's it. Thank you very much.